In the shadows of the internet, a digital empire rose to power. A marketplace where anything could be bought: drugs, weapons, stolen identities, and malicious software capable of crippling entire systems. To its users, it was freedom. To the authorities, it was chaos. Its name was AlphaBay. At its peak, AlphaBay wasn't just big, it was colossal. 10 times larger than the infamous Silk Road, moving millions of dollars every single day. It became the beating heart of the dark web. But just as quickly as it rose, it collapsed. And at the center of it all stood one man, a young Canadian who went from a computer enthusiast to a millionaire playboy living in luxury in Thailand. His rise was rapid, his empire unstoppable, and his death still wrapped in mystery. This is the story of AlphaBay, the dark web's billion-dollar empire. The story begins in 2013 with the fall of the Silk Road. When the FBI shut it down and arrested its founder, Ross Ulbricht, it sent shockwaves through the underground. For years, Silk Road had been the king of the dark web, the place where thousands of vendors sold drugs, forged documents, and more. Its takedown left a power vacuum. Criminals across the globe were desperate for a new home, a marketplace big enough to trust, yet secure enough to protect them from the same fate. For a year, smaller darknet markets appeared, but none of them lasted. Some were scams, others were infiltrated, and many collapsed under pressure. Then, in December 2014, a new name emerged: AlphaBay. Behind it was a man calling himself Alpha02. But unlike other faceless administrators, Alpha02 had a real identity. His name was Alexandre Cazes. Born in Canada, Cazes had a background in computer science and IT. By his mid-20s, he was already skilled in coding, networking, and encryption, but he wanted more than just a career in tech. He wanted power and money. In Thailand, thousands of miles from home, he found the perfect place to build his empire. Within just a few years, AlphaBay had more than 400,000 registered users and 40,000 vendors. The daily volume was staggering. Millions of dollars worth of transactions flowed through its servers, almost entirely in cryptocurrency. At first, Bitcoin was the main method of payment. But when privacy coins like Monero appeared, AlphaBay quickly adopted them, making transactions almost impossible to trace. This innovation set it apart from previous darknet markets. By 2017, AlphaBay was estimated to be 10 times larger than Silk Road had ever been. It wasn't just a marketplace, it was a criminal economy of its own. And while other admins stayed in the shadows, Alexandre Cazes did the opposite. He flaunted his success. AlphaBay quickly became the crown jewel of the dark web. Unlike its competitors, it was professionally designed, had strong security, and offered an incredible range of illegal goods. Drugs were the most common. Cocaine, heroin, meth, LSD, whatever someone wanted, they could find it on AlphaBay. But it went far beyond narcotics. Vendors sold counterfeit passports and IDs, hackers offered stolen credit card details, entire bank logins, and even full identities. Malicious software kits were available for anyone willing to pay, from ransomware to spyware. Guns and ammunition could also be purchased, often shipped discreetly around the world. Within just a few years, AlphaBay had more than 400,000 registered users and 40,000 vendors. The daily volume was staggering. Millions of dollars worth of transactions flowed through its servers, almost entirely in cryptocurrency. In Thailand, he lived in luxury. He owned multiple villas worth millions of dollars. His garage included a Lamborghini, a Porsche, a BMW, and even a Mini Cooper for casual driving. He dined at expensive restaurants, traveled frequently, and enjoyed a lifestyle most could only dream of. On social media, he portrayed himself as a successful entrepreneur running a legitimate IT business. Authorities would later estimate that Cazes' personal fortune exceeded $23 million, a combination of real estate, gold bars, luxury vehicles, and hidden cryptocurrency wallets. He was just 26 years old, yet wealthier than most legitimate millionaires. But AlphaBay's success didn't go unnoticed. As it grew, so did the heat around it. Law enforcement agencies from around the world began working together. The FBI, DEA, Europol, and Thai authorities all shared intelligence. For months they tracked AlphaBay's infrastructure, followed transaction trails, and pieced together small mistakes Cazes had made. Eventually they linked AlphaBay directly to his name. On July 5, 2017, Thai police stormed his luxury home in Bangkok. Inside, they found Cazes sitting at his computer, logged in as the administrator of AlphaBay. For investigators, it was the perfect evidence, catching the mastermind in the act. But just 1 week later, the story took a darker turn. On July 12, 2017, Alexandre Cazes was found dead in his jail cell. With Cazes dead, AlphaBay was officially shut down. The FBI called it the most significant takedown in the history of the darknet. But the underground doesn't stay quiet for long. Within months, new marketplaces emerged to take AlphaBay's place. The dark web has always been like a hydra: cut off one head, and two more will grow. Authorities seized millions in property, gold, and cryptocurrency, but whispers suggest not everything was recovered. Hidden wallets, worth millions, may still be out there, locked behind encryption, waiting to resurface. AlphaBay's story is one of ambition, greed, and inevitable downfall. Alexandre Cazes built a billion-dollar empire from the shadows. But in the end, the shadows swallowed him whole. He believed he was untouchable. Instead, he became another name in the long list of those who flew too close to the sun. This was the story of AlphaBay, the dark web's largest and most mysterious empire.